Saturday the 26th, hundreds of University of Utah volunteers gathered all over the Salt Lake Valley to make a positive difference in the community. It was the 15th annual legacy of Lowell Service Day and sponsored through the U's Bennion Center. This year, because of radio, television, and print advertising, the turnout included non-students as well. Jordan Centeno was there and brings us this report. This fall, coffee giant Starbucks landed in the middle of the University of Utah campus, offering freshly brewed drinks and other coffee shop favorites. But as Newsbreak's Angelica Garcia found, they're offering more than beverage and pastries. Last year, the University of Utah held a food drive that provided more than 312,000 pounds of food and 62,000 in monetary contributions. This year, the goal is even higher. Rose Story has more.
Thank you, Alex. I'm definitely looking forward to splurging a little bit this weekend. The pumpkin pie, I just can't wait for it.
My family actually does ribs instead of turkey for Thanksgiving.
Ribs, I've never heard of that. I might have to convince my family to add that to the menu this year.
Yeah, definitely. What's your Thanksgiving tradition? We send U Newsbreak's Jordan Centeno out to find out what ranks to the top of the list for the U students.
Buenas tardes, bienvenidos a Newsbreak, producido por estudiantes de la Universidad de Utah. Soy Angélica García.
Y yo soy Carlos Fortun. Octubre es el mes de aprender en el extranjero. Con más de $200,000 en becas, mandamos a Alex Pagoga para aprender más sobre estas oportunidades. Para más información sobre diferentes programas y becas, por favor visite learningabroad.utah.edu. With the recent incidents of sexual assault around the Utah campus, I went looking for programs dedicated on helping University of Utah students be aware of the issue and how to prevent them.
At the University of Utah Police Department, we teach a self-defense course. It's called RAD. It's a self-defense course for women only. It's a 4-week course. It costs $25 with a lifetime return policy anywhere in the U.S. and Canada that it's taught. So that's one we teach. Outdoor Rec and Continuing Ed also teach self-defense courses. Those are courses men can go to. So there's some options there as well.
In RAD, we learned a series of self-defense moves using punches and kicks and, just kind of using our body in a way to get out of potentially dangerous situations.
Katie, a program manager for the Center of the Student Wellness, also discusses why students need more than self-defense classes to combat sexual violence.
Just because I take a self-defense class doesn't mean that prevents rape. And I think that's really important because I don't want to victim blame. I don't want to put that responsibility back on someone who's a survivor of sexual violence. But we should also be talking about rape culture. We should talk about, masculinity and how that also plays into sexual violence and why we need to be talking broadly about what that looks like in our community.
The Center for Student Wellness offers free counseling services for students who have suffered domestic violence, interpersonal violence, sexual violence, or assault. I'm Carlos Fortun, U Newsbreak. Registration for spring semester is already underway, and the Office of the Registrar is introducing a new schedule builder program to help U students find the best classes to fit their schedule.
Well, the schedule builder, what it does is it allows students to go to log into CIS, and it allows you to say you only want classes on, from 8 in the morning till noon, and you don't want afternoon or evening classes. You will be able to put in breaks, study groups, any type of sports activities, work activities, and you can block that out and tell the schedule, these are the list of classes I want to take, but I only have available these times. Go out and find me the schedules that fit my particular schedule that affect my life. You also can look at, say I only want to do online courses. You can have the system, search, only online courses. Maybe you want LEAP courses. Maybe you want community engaged courses. So it really, enables you to slice and dice that schedule in a way that, just kind of, put all the different possibilities together.
What are your thoughts on the new schedule builder?
To me, it sounds great to have just this automated schedule builder that build your schedule around your priorities. It seems simple and effective.
It'd be pretty convenient, I guess. Like, it'd be easier than just writing everything down like I had to do a couple days ago because registration is today.
For more information or if you need any help, you can visit the registrar's office at the Student Services Building. I'm Carlos Fortun, Newsbreak. Game day at the U, where thousands of fans gather to party on the streets until the game starts. But in between the crowd, you can see students in bright green shirts getting to work. They call themselves the Green Team.
So our job is to just make sure that Utah football games are as sustainable as possible. We're moving toward making them zero waste games entirely. We're definitely not close to doing that yet. But our job is to just come 2 hours before kickoff. Primarily we clean up the tailgating lot, as much recyclable waste as we can find there. Each game we get a different amount of volunteers just depending on who we're playing or what time of year it is. Typically this year we've been sending around like 50 to 100 names per game, and we've been getting about 50 volunteers showing up, so that's a pretty good turnout.
I got involved because it looked like it would be a lot of fun, which it was, especially riding around on the cargo bikes with a load full of recyclables.
Last year we collected just over 20,000 pounds, and this year our goal is to hit 25,000 pounds. We're well on our way there. So you can do 25,000 divided by 7 home games, and that's about how many we're hoping to get.
For more information about the Green Team, you can visit the ASUU office or you can go to asuu.utah.edu. I'm Carlos Fortun, Newsbreak. The University of Utah has never had a history of violence in any of its campuses, and last month's shooting of 2 Utah football players is as close as they've gotten. I met with Sergeant Garth Smith to talk about campus safety at the University of Utah.
Working together as a community, when you see something that's out there that just looks strange, be a good witness for us. Keep an eye on them, see what they're wearing, colors, backpacks, things like that. And then give us a call and we'll come talk to them, see if they should be here, see what's going on with them.
With all the active shootings going on around the country, do you feel safe walking around the University of Utah? And do you know what to do in case of an active shooting?
I do feel very safe. I've always felt safe in Utah in general. And I do know what to do. I have actually a list of emergency contacts things, and so I would call one of those contacts.
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking seeing it everywhere around the country, but I feel safe here because I get text messages on my phone telling me like what's going on and stuff like that, so I don't worry about it too much.
Sergeant Garth Smith wants to remind you, if you see something, say something, and you can call them at 801-585-2677. I'm Carlos Fortun, Newsbreak. The Dalai Lama was set to visit the University of Utah on October 18th, but on his arrival to the U.S. last week, he had a medical evaluation and was advised to take a complete rest. I went out to ask students what their thoughts were on this announcement. What are your thoughts on the Dalai Lama canceling the tours in America?
I was really disappointed. I was going to go with my dad and my friend, and we were really excited. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
So I think it's pretty unfortunate that he did that because he's such a important political leader of Tibet. Don't you want to be a good symbol for your people?
I think it's really disappointing. I mean, it would have been a great opportunity for the University of Utah and for everyone that had tickets to go see him, so it's just kind of disappointing, but it's understandable that he has health issues and health comes first.
I think it's kind of sad. I think it could have been a really great opportunity, especially for us here in Utah, but with his age, I think it's important if he's not feeling up to par in his health that he cancel or postpone.
You know, I'm disappointed that he's not able to share his message of love, compassion, and peace with all of the people here. I think it's a great message.
Well, it is a big bummer, but I mean, it'd be worse on our side if we forced him to keep coming even though he was sick, so I think his health is more important.
Yeah. Did you buy a ticket for the event?
I did buy a ticket, but I mean, we're getting reimbursed, so it's not too bad. I mean, like I said, it's totally fine.
The Dalai Lama's speech on compassion was part of the Parliaments of the World Religions Conference in Salt Lake City. Jenna Cunningham said the university has no plans to replace the speaker, and they're waiting to see what happens. I'm Carlos Fortun, Newsbreak.
We sent out Carlos Fortun to find out how students are liking the new facility.
Thank you, Rose. The Center opened on January 12th of this year, and in the 8 months since it opened, they've had an incredible turnout from the students, staff, and the community. Let's take a look at what the center offers and what new things and opportunities there are for students. Over 300,000 students have visited the Student Life Center, and about 2,000 visit on a daily basis. From doing a few laps on the track or the swimming pool to working out in the weight room, students love exercising at the center.
I often use the building every single day. Well, I try to use it every single day. Every single time I have class, I'll come in between or right after classes. The weekends, normally busy, so we don't get around as much, but I try to come Monday through Friday.
I usually use the track or the weights. I usually come here twice a week. And yeah, the weights are great and the track's great.
You know, I like the free weights a lot. There's a lot of things you can do with the free weights. The machines are good as well, but they just don't work all the muscles that need to be worked out when you do the machines.
For this fall semester, the Student Life Center is adding more fitness classes, and they have introduced nutrition classes for the students.
We're starting a nutrition program here. It's brand new this year, and it's really taken off. I'm the nutritionist here, so we do one-on-one nutrition counseling. We're also going to start doing group classes once a month.
Students also come here to play many of the intramural sports the center has to offer.
Some of the events that I've been here, last year was the first intramural water polo team championship. So a bunch of buddies of mine were on the same team, and I always came here to watch them play up in the pool over here, and they actually won first-time championships for the year.
If you ever needed more reasons to visit the new Student Life Center, you now have plenty. For more information about the center, the classes or activities offered, visit campusrec.utah.edu. Rose, back to you.